his temper on me.
Oh, my, aren't we being honest today? Well, I'm going to the kitchen to check on dinner. Excuse me.
Miss Gordon, I apologize for running you out of here earlier.
And you should. But I'd like to apologize for letting you get to me.
Well, first crack in the armor I've noticed. You're a tough one.
Clint, she goes against type. I mean, you should see her. She looks sweet, and not to mention she's young. And she's got beautiful blonde hair. She's pretty, and I'll tell you something. You broke a few hearts down the line, I'll bet.
Just try and ignore that old rascal, Miss Gordon. Better yet, try and get used to him. I'm just a slightly more refined version of that old coyote.
That's sort of apparent.
Clint, did we get complimented or what?
Hey, Gordon. Hey, Max. Tina, how you doing?
Hi. Did you have a good time with Al?
Yeah, looks like he's doing real well. Yeah, what time's Kate gonna get here? Well, I just talked to her on the phone a little while ago. She may make it for dessert.
Oh, is she having dinner with her grandmother? I didn't mean to pry or anything.
Good. If you excuse me, I'll join you with the family a little later. Sure.
Whew. There's something heavy going on between those two.
Yes, but no problem of ours. Come on. So, how long until that turkey's ready, huh?
Well, soon, I hope.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Dinner is in about 30 minutes, I'm told.
Yeah.
So I would like to gather the troops and break open the apple cider and have a toast or two, because I think we have an awful lot to be grateful for today.
Yes.
Okay, can we eat?
Uh-huh.
Mom, you start the cranberry sauce over there, and Dad,
Sweetheart, your mother doesn't like cranberry sauce. Not at all.
Oh, my gosh, you're right. I am so surprised you remembered that. You know, and as I remember, we're going to have to fight to the death with you for one of those turkey legs.
Well, I'm surprised you remembered that.
I've heard some people say that all pain relievers are the same.
Thank you, Heron.
Madam?
First of all, I would very much like to welcome Sarah Gordon into our house and into our lives and tell her how much we appreciate her.
Yay! Welcome.
welcome, Sarah.
And now, as far as I'm concerned, anybody who wants to, make a speech.
But this way, we won't have to waste any time at the dinner table, right?
I think the cowboys are hungry.
I told you to stuff them with cookies, Wanda.
What?
Busted. Sorry about that, Kev. Listen, I just want to thank you folks for letting me be a part of your family today. And just to warn you that it may be a little bit more permanent than you might enjoy.
Oh, now does that mean that you and Tina are...
Well, it means that Max is going to be hanging around a lot more, you know, underfoot.
Not mine, I hope.
Yeah, look, I wanted to take this opportunity to express my gratitude to Max and Cord and Vicky and Clint for going well beyond love and helping me when I needed it the most. I mean, I never thought I'd see another Thanksgiving and... I meant I never thought I'd get to enjoy it with my family.
Tina, please don't watch your expressions that closely, will you? I can handle it. I'd like everybody to loosen up. I mean, I can feel tension from around this whole room.
I have to admit that I'm a little bit tense because I wish that Rafe was here. But, Clint, most of all, I'm so impressed with how well you've adjusted, and I'm so thankful that you're here today.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Beg pardon, madam, if I may take the liberty. On behalf of all of us who work for you, Mr. Buchanan, well, we prayed for you and we couldn't imagine this house without you. And the good Lord heard those prayers. And now Jessica and Kevin and Joey are assured of growing up with their father. And we're all very grateful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Heron.
Thank you, Heron. to the long history of a lot of tough Buchanans. It is in the genes. We are appreciative of that fact.
I would just like to say it was only a couple months ago I was a vagrant, unsure of my next meal, but to be part of this family and your warmth is one of the greatest things that have ever happened to me. Well, outside of meeting my dear Penelope and maybe Wanda. I would just like to thank you and the good Lord for the many kindnesses.
And here's to Dad for being home.
Oh, yes.
I'd like to second that. Even us older sons like having Daddy back home.
Ditto to what everybody has said.
I think it's my turn. I would like to say how very grateful I am for all our friends, as well as our family. I'm very grateful that we're all together today, that we can share the dinner and treasure this time together. Because that's really what it's all about. It's about love and reaching out and helping each other in hard times and enjoying the good times. And because my husband is safe and because he's home, I think this has got to be one of the very best Thanksgivings ever.
Well,
Yes.
it's not too bad for your husband either, you know. You know, I didn't choose this little predicament. And God knows if I could have it another way, I sure would do that. But meanwhile, I can hear everyone in this room, and I can kind of feel you, and I feel an awful lot of love and support. And it just makes me realize how precious that life really is. And so, God bless all of us. And this little family is going to be just fine. This family is going to be just fine.
Oh, yeah. Now can we eat?
Just a minute now. It's going to be 15 minutes before we can put the turkey on the table.
Yeah.
We got to set it out.
Right, Kevin and Joey, come along. You can help me with the pie.
Come on.
They should be ready by now.
Good. Don't run.
Well, who's going to do my carving for me?
Oh, Cord, how about you?
I have something else I want Cord to do, sweetheart.
Oh. What about me? I was an expert before you were born.
All right, Pa, it's up to you.
All right, sweetheart. I'll be right back. Excuse me.
Okay, Clint, so what's this special favor you need?
Well, Vicky couldn't put her hands on our camera. It's been misplaced. I was wondering if you had yours. I know everyone would like to have pictures.
Yeah, well, I don't have my camera with me, but I'll tell you what, that's a real good idea. Mine's right over at the banner. It'll take me 10 minutes to run over there and get it.
Oh, good, good. You be careful.
Yeah, I will. Be right back.
Cord will never know the difference when he uses his camera tomorrow. What can I say, Katie? A few months of mourning, and you'll turn to me. Just as it should be.
Making
Yeah, come in. You just put that stuff on the desk.
I certainly will not.
Melinda, what are you... I thought you were Mrs. Robbins bringing the lab reports. What's this?
It's Thanksgiving dinner.
Wait a minute, you got a turkey in there?
A very small one. And some dressing and some squash and pumpkin pie. You want to join me?
Oh, well, I thought you were having dinner with John and Cassie.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was very sweet of them to invite me and everything, but I figured since this is their first big holiday together, they'd want to be alone. So, if you're hungry, dig in.
I'm starving. You didn't have to go to all this trouble just for me. I mean...
Well, I have two confessions to make. Number one, I went to a restaurant and bought this at Holden Towers. Number two...
Something tells me number two is that you didn't come here just to share Thanksgiving dinner with me, am I right?
Right. Actually, I'm very worried about something, and, well, you're the only person I can turn to.
Darling, Gilbert was right. It is snowing.
Oh, I bet the kids are anxious to get the sleds out.
They've already done it. Gilbert predicts 7 to 10 inches, so I think we're going to have a bit of trouble bringing them in for dinner.
Well, he's never wrong about the weather. I just wish he could predict what's going to happen to me.
Tell you what, I would like to make a little prediction about that, if I may. I predict that you are going to continue to improve along with Sarah's badgering. And before the winter is over, you yourself will be sailing down the hill on one of those sleds along with the children. I realize that it is something of a tradition that you go sledding with the kids after the first snowfall, but...
Pa can stand in for me, sweetheart. I don't want the slightest Buchanan tradition to fall by the wayside. And that also goes for having a great big family photo in the album for Thanksgiving 1987. If Cord ever gets back here with the camera.
Well, honey, he said he wasn't going to be long, but he's only been gone a few minutes.
Sweetheart, do you remember when or rather when we promised the kids that we would take them to the ranch for a week after Christmas?
Yeah?
You won't forget to do that, will you?
Forget? Of course I won't forget. You wouldn't let me forget. I tell you what, why don't you have some of Max's special Thanksgiving punch? It's really extraordinary. It's got very odd ingredients, but it tastes all right, sort of like Max himself.
I think I'll wait till after dinner. Maybe you should get back into the kitchen. There's probably chaos in there.
No, Wanda has everything under control. I'd like to stay with you.
Well, if you want to, fine. But only if you want to. I don't want anyone changing their life around for me, honey, especially you.
Well, you know, I wouldn't particularly care if the whole world turned upside down. As long as I have you and the children, I'm fine. You ought to know that, darling. I really don't understand what's wrong with you. Why are you talking as if somehow you're not a part of my future? What is bothering you?
Well, if that isn't a perfect match, I don't know what is. Okay. The camera with the bomb goes in Cord's drawer here. Like that. And I'll just toss this into the river. Now I'll just wait for Cord to pick up his camera in the morning, go on assignment, and when he clicks the shutter, pow. He'll turn himself into front page news. Photographer killed when camera explodes. Apparent victim of mob retribution.
Patrick. What in the hell are you doing here?
Here's what you do when you don't find the rainbows in this time. Here's where you go when it looks like the rain won't end. Don't cry. I'll give you tomorrow. Let me be the one to share it with. And each day that follows, 'cause we only have one life to live.
So anyway, I never dreamed that we would find anything suspicious in John's past. I was just doing it for fun, you know, and I thought that maybe Cassie would relax a little bit and that would be the end of it.
But this begonia gigolo file, that changed things.
Oh, I know this sounds totally ridiculous, but I'm not kidding you. The picture in those articles looked exactly like John. And then he went to Cassie and asked her for $100,000. Then she found all these pamphlets on Tahiti. Pretty soon it wasn't so funny anymore.
Well, look, John and Cassie are even now, right? I mean, she won't be so quick to mistrust him, and he's got to realize that she has to know more about him.
Look, Larry, right now, I mean, John and Cassie are totally wrapped up in each other, but after the fun of making up goes away, they're going to sit down, they're going to try to figure out where this whole fight started, and you know where the answer is? Me.
And Cassie's not going to blame you.
Well, not consciously, maybe, but underneath, I'm sure she's going to wonder when her weird aunt is going to do something to her again.
Don't talk about yourself
Don't you understand? Now, I started this whole thing, and then I egged it on. I mean, I made Cassie question everything about John and her relationship.
Melinda, we all have a little, Agatha Christie in us?
Yeah, but I mean, some people know how to control it, and quite frankly, I'm just a little bit worried that I can't do it.
That's what you're worried about, huh? Well, you came here to talk. I assume that's why you're here, right?
Well, I wish I understood why I do things like that. I mean, my my imagination just runs totally wild, and I end up messing people's lives up.
Now, wait a minute. First of all, you have a very fantastic imagination. Well, most creative people do. That's why you have this successful job at WVLE. But John and Cassie, they're straightened out now. No harm was done.
Yeah, they're okay, but in the past, I mean, I've hurt some people.
Don't talk about that. That's in the past.
What if history is repeating itself? What if I'm starting all over again?
Melinda, listen to me. Your problem, for the most part, was physiological, not emotional. And you were taking the medication. That's helped that problem, and it's controlling the illness. Am I right?
Well, that's what I thought when I left the hospital.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
No, you're not fine. Listen, darling, I don't want you to protect me any more than you want me to protect you. If there is something troubling you, I want you to tell me.
Sweetheart, it's just that I finally got it through my thick skull that I've got a pretty good life. With or without any handicap. And I don't want to forget that, not ever.
Neither do I, ever.
Hiya, Vicky, Clint.
Oh, Rafe. Oh, Rafe, I'm delighted you made it. I was beginning to give up hope for you.
I'm sorry, Vicky, but I can't stay for dinner. I just wanted to stop by and wish you a happy Thanksgiving, and then I have to get back to work.
Oh. And we should be grateful for small favors.
Well, I'm sorry that you can't stay, but come Christmas, there's no excuses, you hear?
Okay.
Sweetheart, maybe we should go outside and try and find the kids and get them ready for dinner.
Yeah, they're out by the driveway with Asa and Gilbert.
Okay. We won't see you before you go to New York, darling. Have a safe trip and a happy holiday.
Thanks, same to you. Happy Thanksgiving, Clint.
Thank you.
Do you have to be so obvious?
They're our family. And I don't really care if they see that I'm upset, Rafe, because I have every right to be.
Honey, I'm sorry about this, but who knew Farrell would get sick?
Why do you have to cover for him? Honey, you're not the only detective on the force.
No, I'm the captain, and it's my responsibility to step in when there's an emergency.
What about your responsibility to me or to Sammy?
Oh, Delilah, you know how important you and Sammy are to me, but we put hundreds of man-hours into this stakeout. I can't just let it go down the drain.
No, of course you can't. Damn, I thought that just once we could have Thanksgiving together, the whole family.
We'll be together for Christmas. I swear to you. Have Steve and Gabrielle left for New York yet?
Yeah. And I bet you're gonna miss that too.
No, honey, I'm gonna catch the first flight in the morning. I'm gonna do everything in my power to be there before the first model hits the runway.
Sure.
Oh, why do you have to make me feel guilty about doing my job?
Oh, as if that's even possible.
Oh, sweetheart, you're just angry. I'm gonna make it up to you. I swear.
No, Rafe, I don't think that you can ever make this up to me.
I'm here to see one of the editors, Cord. You see, I think it's time the public knew the truth about Elizabeth Sanders. How the leader of one of Landview's richest and most powerful families is willing to let millions of people suffer by depriving them of my burn compound. All out of some petty need to get revenge on me. I think that should make quite a story, don't you?
You don't seriously believe that anyone around here is going to buy that line of bull, do you?
Well, unfortunately, it's the truth, Cord. But the science editor isn't here right now, so I'll just have to come back tomorrow.
Just wait a second. What do you got in the bag, pal?
Oh, cookies. Like to have one?
No, thanks. Probably laced those with the same stuff that you've been slipping in Elizabeth's tea for the past few months.
Don't make accusations you can't prove, Cord.
Oh, don't worry about that. I'm going to prove it. Sooner or later, I will prove it.
Well, suit yourself, but you're wasting your time. You sure you won't have one? They're real good. Just like Mom used to make. Ooh, sorry, Mom. Where you going? What are you going to do? You going to work tonight? I thought you were having dinner at Land Fair.
Hey, Ansel, how you doing, huh? Pretty good. Thanksgiving, huh?
Happy Thanksgiving, you too.
Take care. Have a nice night.
Take care. Wait a second. What is it, a big fire or something?
You got me. Why?
Well, the way that other photographer just ran out of here, I guess he's going to a big story.
Well, as far as I know, Cord's off until tomorrow. And then he's got to shoot a statue in Landview Park, which is not exactly hot copy.
Well, then where do you think he was rushing off to so quickly?
I don't know, maybe he's going to the park now. Cord's the kind of guy who likes to get a jump on things.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I bet that's just what he's going to do. He'll do a bang-up job with that photo shoot. See you later.
I don't know what you expect me to say.
I don't expect anything.
Oh, you sure do. You want me to stand here and justify myself. We've been over this a million times, Delilah. I mean, granted, my job has given you plenty of inconvenience and worry, and I know you hate the hours that I put in, but believe it or not, I do try to make it up to you when I am home.
Which is never...
Oh, here we go again.
Damn, Rafe.
What? What?
I'm just so tired of fighting. It seems that's all we ever do, and I'm sorry. I didn't mean to jump on you, and just forgive me, okay?
Of course I do. Oh. Honey, you have a right to be angry. I should be the one apologizing. I'm ruining the holiday for us.
Oh, honey, I just got really scared. Don't go on that stakeout tonight.
Sweetheart, there's nothing to worry about.
No, I know that's what you always say, but
I'm not going to be out there alone. I handle myself. Hey, come on. How about have a little faith in me?
I do. Except I just have this feeling that something might...
Sweetheart, if you're nervous, I think it's about your fashion show. And let me tell you, trust me, you're going to knock them dead in New York. And I'll be there first thing in the morning to help you celebrate. Here, you.
Finally, the prodigal nephew has returned into a very nice welcome.
Asa, your timing is amazing.
Relax, Rafe. We're all family. I don't mind telling you either. I'm glad I walked in a clinch and not a brawl. I hope it's a new trend for you two. Well, maybe I should get Cordero to capture it on film, just in case.
Yeah, well, I can't tell you how thrilled we are to have your approval. Look, honey, I gotta get back to the station, all right?
You gotta be kidding. You gonna let this happen on Thanksgiving Day? He's got you brainwashed.
Asa, butt out.
When the hell are you gonna get your priorities straight, boy, huh? I don't care how much you love your work. Your family comes first. Delilah and Sammy. Even Tina shouldn't come in second to the police department.
I'm not going to listen to this.
Oh, yes, you are, Rafe.
No, stop it, both of you. Listen, Asa, Rafe is doing what he thinks is right. I may not agree, but I have to respect his decision, and I would ask that you would please do the same. Okay? Thank you. Honey, I know that you have to go, but promise me that you'll be careful, please.
Of course I will. Sweetheart, stop worrying so much. I'm telling you, I mean, at this time tomorrow, we're going to be living it up in New York. I'm going to make up for today, I swear to you. Come here, you. I'm going to see you soon.
I love you.
I love you, too.
Honey, you okay?
No, I'm scared, Asa. Saying goodbye to Rafe just then, it just... I don't know, this horrible feeling just came over me.
Larry, I know you're just trying to help me, and I appreciate it, but
whoa, Melinda. You didn't walk out of the Compton Clinic. You were released to resume control of your life.
doctors make mistakes, no offense.
No offense taken. But this thing with John and Cassie has made you doubt yourself, and we all do that occasionally. But look at what you've accomplished. You're only out of the hospital a short time, and you already have a fine job with a great future. I mean, give yourself a break. And you know something else? I'm starved. Could we get to this turkey? It smells terrific.
Yeah.
All right? Oh, hi, Liz.
Larry, I hope you're not on your way out of here.
No, no. What is it?
Mrs. Montgomery is down in the ER. Her son banged his leg up in a basketball game. Apparently, it's probably just a bad sprain, but you know how she is.
Yeah.
She doesn't want anyone treating him but you.
Oh, well, okay. I better check it out.
Don't break your neck getting down there. She's still filling out the forms.
Oh, all right.
Oh, I almost forgot. This was delivered to the 4th floor yesterday.
Oh.
Sorry about the delay.
No problem. Thanks, Les. See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Well, it's going to take a little while. I'll be right back, I guess.
Oh,
Okay.
no problem. I don't mind waiting. Larry, I'm sorry. I couldn't help notice that that's from Compton Clinic from Dr. Kellogg.
Yeah.
So, what are you doing filing forms behind my back?
Come on, Melinda. He wrote the letter to me. For all I know, it doesn't even involve you.
Well, you think you could open it and let's find out?
I've got a patient right now. I'll tell you what. You wait here. When I come back, I'll open it. All right?
Hi, Katie. You don't mind if I join you, do you?
Well, actually, I came here to get away from everyone.
Listen, I know everyone's pulling you in different directions right now. But I can see that you're certainly not thinking about us, are you?
No. As a matter of fact, I was just thinking about my mom and dad and all the happy holidays we've had together.
Not in a restaurant, though.
Yeah. Once, when I was 12, my dad couldn't get back to the States, so my mom flew me and Jamie down to Mindora. And the cook at the ambassador's residence was sick, so they had this scheme, and they planned to have turkey with all the trimmings at this local restaurant. And unbeknownst to me, my mother brought all these decorations, you know, like little paper cutout pilgrims and turkeys and things. But she didn't just put them at our table. Oh, no, she hung them over the entire restaurant. And, of course, being the sophisticated 12-year-old that I was mortified.
The Mindorans like the decorations.
Are you kidding? They loved it.
You know, I remember the first Thanksgiving that I spent with the Sanders.
Is that when we were in Barbados?
Yeah. Yeah, and the day before Thanksgiving, you said something about how much you missed the snow, so your dad had a ton of fake snow flown in, and he had it put all over the lawn Thanksgiving Day.
I freaked out.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Katie, listen. I know you feel alone right now, but you don't have to be alone. Not today.
Introducing...
Oh, come on. Nobody could have that many outrageous experiences in one lifetime.
Katie, how can you say that? Don't you remember in Africa, every day was a new adventure for us? I remember when we checked in that hotel in Kenya, and shortly thereafter, I was tossed out because some mysterious person told the management that I resembled a notorious hotel thief. Remember that?
I'm not admitting to anything. Come on, it just got us out into the bush sooner, and that's what you wanted anyway.
That's what you wanted, too.
Yes, and so did our guide.
Yeah, Kimosa.
I will never forget the look on his face when you offered to give him a ride to Nairobi, and he couldn't believe you were actually going to fly that plane that Harry loaned you.
Yeah, Harry, my dear old friend, with his very ancient plane.
I recall Kimosa took the bus.
Yeah, but you weren't too scared to go flying with me.
God, what an experience. I mean, I really thought that I knew Africa, but that was just, it was magical.
Yeah.
It was like seeing all the beauty of the world just flashing by. And we didn't have to stop anywhere because we knew that in a few minutes we'd be at another place that was just as wonderful as the place that we were at. God, it was invigorating.
I knew that you'd feel that way. In fact, when I was in prison and I'd have a really tough day or a hard time with something, I'd think back to that time. You were so beautiful, Katie. And just the thought of you, seeing you again like that, that's what kept me going through it all.
What's wrong?
Well, talking about prison just brings me right back down to earth.
That's the last thing I wanted to do.
It's okay. It was nice to talk about old times. I'd forgotten how much fun we had together.
Well, why don't we have a little dinner before this champagne puts us under the table? And we're still having a good time. Let's keep going.
I don't think so. I mean, now that I'm back down to reality, I'm remembering what my grandmother did to you and what she says you did to her and all the questions surrounding it.
Katie, listen. I came to terms with what your grandmother did to me a long time ago. Now, I know that you need a little time, and that's fine. But don't be too hard on her, you know? Let's just think about today. We can't go back to the past. Let's just enjoy right now. What do you say? Cheers. That's better.
I'm sorry it took so long.
How's the patient?
Oh, fine. Well, he might be on the bench for a while. It wasn't serious. His mother carried on, ranting and raving.
I'd love to hear about all this, but quite frankly, I haven't been able to get my mind off that letter.
The letter? I don't believe this. But what do you worry about? It's probably nothing totally innocuous.
Larry, could you please open it just so I know that there's nothing to be afraid of?
Yeah. Well, Dr. Kellogg is leaving Compton Clinic.
Does he say anything about me?
He says he hopes he sees you.
Well, that's awfully strange if he's leaving Compton.
As a matter of fact, it's not. He's going to take a job at Mountain View Clinic here.
Dr. Kellogg is coming here? To watch me?
No, Melinda, it's a promotion. It's got nothing to do with you.
Yeah, right. It's a coincidence. Terrific. Now there's just another person looking over my shoulder.
Wait a minute. He barely mentions you here. It's just out of politeness.
He has always disliked me, Larry, and if he comes here, he's going to try to send me back there. I know he will.
Now, you listen to what you're saying, all right? The man is changing jobs, and you've translated that into a conspiracy against you.
I'm doubting myself.
Yeah?
Yeah. I always think that other people are doubting me when I doubt myself. I have to stop that. I think maybe I can do it with your help.
Honey, it's only natural you have a little stage fright before your fashion show. I know Rafe can be a royal pain sometimes, but he's a good cop. Too good to get in trouble over a run-of-the-mill stakeout.
I always so, but I...
Honey, listen, Rafe's gonna be fine. Your show's gonna be a success. And I'll have Sammy playing poker like a real pro before you get back.
I'll bet you will. Oh, goodbye.
Excuse me, Mrs. Garrison, your taxi is here.
Oh, thanks.
Delilah, you sure you don't want me to give you a lift out the airport? It's starting to get real ugly out there.
Oh, Court, thanks. But I do not want to be responsible for having you stuck in a snowdrift somewhere. No, thanks.
Oh.
Thanks.
Good luck with your show, huh?
I hope it goes well. Oh, Vicki, thank you. Oh, thanks for everything. For a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Oh, my dear, it was our pleasure. And don't you worry about a thing. We're going to take very good care of Sammy.
Oh, thank you.
Have a safe trip.
Thanks. Clint.
You have a good time in New York. You've earned it.
Thanks. Well, I guess this is it. Goodbye, everybody.
Good luck.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Now, I have a message from Miss Wanda. She said that Kevin and Joey are helping her and Gilbert clean up. But if a certain grandfather would make good his promise, she'd greatly appreciate it if you would help them build a snowman after dinner.
That was Max Holden's idea. I have just dried out from the last romp in the snow.
Yes, but Max Holden is very busy with Tina and Al. Oh, by the way, did I hear you promise to teach those boys something that you call a true gentleman's game, whatever that may be?
Sounds like cards to me.
Yeah.
What else? Kim, let's find those two rascals before they come up with another bright idea like ice fishing.
Paul, wait. Maybe you should bring the boys in here for the family photo. They're going to be too tired later to even stand up.
Yeah, sure.
Honey,
not really a very good idea right now. Wanda and Gilbert in the kitchen cleaning up. Katie's not even here yet.
We can take another shot later. Look, Cord went racing back and forth to get his camera. I mean, why waste the effort?
All right, okay. I'll go see if Jessica's awake.
Thank you.
Clint, Vicky is really starting to get worried.
I know, I heard it in her voice.
She doesn't understand why you're making such a big deal about the family portrait this year. She's probably thinking that you're hoping beyond hope that you're going to get your sight back someday and that you'll be able to see it.
I explained to her that I don't want the family to drop any of the holiday traditions, not any of them. And that's the truth.
But it's only a half-truth, Clint. Now, is this just your way of preparing them or what?
You have to trust me to handle this right.
Clint, I'm sorry, but I don't think that I can handle the possibility of you not being here with us next year, or tomorrow for that.
Cord,
I think you ought to tell Vicky and the kids about what is going on here, Clint. Now, as bad as the idea of you having that bullet fragment shift out of place and losing you on a spur of a moment like that, I think if I were Vicky, I would want to know.
No! I am not going to turn what time we have left together into some kind of a death watch. If nothing else, I want to leave Vicky with some good memories of our time together, of our love. I want her to have some memories that she can draw strength from, not pain. And I need your help, Cord. I need you to keep silent. I'm counting on you to keep silent.
Jessica's asleep. Why do you have the door closed? What is going on here?
Wake her up.
No, I'm not going to. No, I don't want to wake her up. What is wrong? Why are you upset?
I'm not upset.
Of course you're upset. You look upset.
When I was over at the Banner, Patrick London was there, and I didn't know why.
Well, what was he doing at the Banner?
He said something about wanting to talk to one of the editors about getting a story printed with his side of it so people would know about this fight with Elizabeth.
And you don't believe him, right?
Well, I sure as hell don't. I mean, Patrick's not stupid, sweetheart. He's got to know that the Banner isn't going to be part of a personal attack on Elizabeth Sanders.
Look, if Patrick is involved, you can bet that he's up to no good. I don't know, maybe he said something to Kate.
Cord, about that. When Kate gets here, don't ask her about it. I mean, she's making a big effort to come here, and I wouldn't even mention Patrick's name. I mean, it's just going to bring up trouble that's best forgotten, especially on a night like this.
Well, Clint is right. A holiday, and especially this holiday, is one that we should enjoy. We should dwell on the good times, not on the problems and the troubles. I know I don't always follow my own advice, but I'm going to try a little harder to do so. I will go and wake Jessica for the picture.
Thank you.
So Dr. Kellogg has seen me at my worst, and I want him to see me strong and confident.
You want to show off?
Well, to be quite honest, I want to knock his socks off. You think I'm being a little over-exuberant here?
No, I think you're kind of high on your plan, and it's all right. That's par for the course for you artistes. More importantly, I detect a note of confidence, and I like the way that sounds.
So you don't think I'm being dumb in wanting to talk to Dr. Kellogg?
Not at all. As a matter of fact, I'd kind of like to go along with you.
Oh, really?
As a friend, that's it. Nothing else.
You really mean that?
Yes, I really mean it. Now, of course, if you don't want me to, you just say so. It's your call.
No, I want you to go. Oh, thank you, Larry.
Oh, that.
I mean, thanks for treating me like a friend.
Why can't I take the picture?
Well, hang in there, Ace. I think you better learn how to use it first.
Kim said she'll have Jessica down in a minute.
Oh, yeah? What about your Aunt Tina?
I'm going back up to help her.
Okay.
Wild horses. Couldn't get Tina out of that nursery while little Al's awake. I think we waste a lot of time, Claude.
I know. So while we're waiting, why don't you teach me how to work the camera?
I guess if you're really that interested, I suppose it wouldn't kill me to give you a quick lesson in photography 101.
Great.
Okay, the first thing you need to do is look right through there. That's where you sight your picture, okay?
It was a lovely dinner. I want to thank both of you for making me feel like part of the family.
Oh, my goodness, it's for everything that you've done for us. I think you are part of our family, and I think we were the lucky ones to have you here tonight.
I hope you're not leading up to saying goodbye. I mean, we won't hear of it. We're not through celebrating. We're not even close.
Okay, this here's your strobe light. Now use this when you're inside or when you're outside at night taking a picture. Not a lot of light, okay? Yeah. First thing you do is you switch it on right there, and then when this light comes on, you can test it, you know, see if it's... Whoa, wait a minute here.
What's wrong?
Batteries must be dead. That's...
Mom, we need some new batteries.
Whoa, wait a minute. I don't think your mom's gonna have batteries this size laying around the house. Let me check in my bag. I may have some low-light film with me here.
Well, Cord, what's wrong?
Oh, boy.
Can't take the picture.
Why?
Flash is dead.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, folks.
Well, it's not your fault. We know that, don't we, Kevin?
Sure, it's not your fault.
Hey, wait a minute. Don't give up hope yet. There is one possibility. I may be able to score some batteries.
Okay.
Hold on.
Mom,
No, thank you.
I can't believe you're going to pass up pumpkin pie. What would your Mayflower ancestors say about that?
You are starting to sound like somebody that we don't want to talk about.
Katie, listen. I know I promised not to, but I do need to say a couple of things about your grandmother.
Patrick,
Please, just give me a couple of minutes, all right? I know that your head is still running around with all the charges and the counter charges. But I want to tell you that I told you the truth about what she did to me. And I told you the truth about the fact that I've forgiven her now.
You are truly amazing.
Look, it wasn't easy for me, okay? But your grandmother's old now. She's sick and... Well, I think that all her accusations against me just come out of her feelings of guilt now.
No, it's her trying to deny her guilt. And if you're asking me to forgive and forget, I'm not ready. And I don't know how you can be.
Well, maybe I just have a different perspective than some people now. You see, prison teaches you a lot about what's important in life. And it's not the material things. It's ideals. And it's dreams. And for your grandmother, that's the Sanders name and the Sanders family. Katie, you're all that she has left of that now. You're what she has to keep going. Please, don't turn your back on her. Not yet. At least give it a chance.
Miss Sanders, you have a phone call.
Oh, okay, thanks. Thank you. Hello?
Hi, honey. How you doing? It's me.
Hi.
Hi. We got kind of a little emergency here.
What's the matter?
Well, no, everybody's fine. I didn't mean to give you the wrong impression. See, I'm taking a little family portrait here, and my strobe doesn't work because the batteries are dead. And you mentioned that you may be coming by for dessert, so I thought it would be nice if you could come by and pick up some batteries on the way. I know that's kind of like a feeble excuse to get you here. Well, it's up to you.
Well, what's this picture thing? It sounds really important or something.
Well, it kind of is, actually, to Clint. He wants a very special portrait taken this year, and I know for a fact that he would love for you to be part of it, as would I, honey. Girl, I have missed you so much today.
I have missed you, too, a lot. Okay, so where do I get the batteries?
Oh, well, you don't have to go very far at all. They're right there in your trunk in my gym bag. I got some extra batteries, and I got some film right there.
Okay, I'm on my way. I love you.
I love you, too. Thanks.
Bye. Where's the cord?
No, not another fight, I hope.
No more for me. I really have to get going.
Why, are you going to walk out on me now?
Well, I said that I would join the Buchanans for dessert, and they're taking this family portrait, and they really want me to be there, so I really gotta go.
Katie, no. I can't let you go. Not now. Sit down.
Patrick, let go of me.
Katie, come on now. We just started to enjoy ourselves. Stay for a while, all right?
I can't. I have an obligation to be with Cord and the Buchanans.
Well, what about your own family?
We should go over and see how Elizabeth's doing. I don't care how angry she is at me right now.
I have no intention of seeing Graham.
How can you say something like that? She's your family. She's your flesh and blood, and that's a heck of a lot more important than playing family to the Buchanans.
Oh, I see what this whole nice act was all about. You're still trying to come between Cord and me.
That is not true,
Yes,
Katie.
it is, and I am not going to be sucked into another one of your games. Now, I will say this one last time. I love Cord, and I'm going to marry him. And the Buchanans mean as much to me, if not more, than my own family does. And I'm just grateful that they want me to be with them. Excuse me.
Clint, I have really loved being here today. But I feel like this is family time, you know? Private.
We asked you. We asked you.
I know you did, I know. But I feel as if I'm intruding, so I think it would be best if I just...
Sarah, I'm not going to twist your arm, but at least wait for the picture. I really want you in it.
Clint, I'm not part of the family. I couldn't possibly pose with all of you. Why would you want me to?
Well, you know, a week ago, I couldn't even imagine feeling good again, let alone feeling grateful to be alive, and yet I do, and I am. That's why today is so important and so special to me. I mean, I don't even want it to end, you know? And I'd like us all to be able to look at a picture and, you know, look back on today as being one of the best Thanksgivings ever.
The picture. It's part of hoping you'll be able to look back.
Well, there's a part of me, you know, that just won't give up. I mean, I'm not counting on it, but if a miracle did happen and I was able to see again, I'd like to be able to know what you look like. I mean, after all, you're going to be taking off when my training's over, and I'd just like the picture, you know, just in case.
Okay. If that's what you want.
Now you're going to humor me, right? You think I'm building up false hope?
Clint, that's not
Don't say it. Hope's all I got left.
What is it?
We're stalled.
But I'm already running late, and I'm going to miss my flight if we don't hurry.
Ma'am, I'll keep trying, but we could be stuck here for a while.
How far is it to the terminal?
It's about 5 blocks.
Well, I'll just walk.
Lady, you can't see a foot ahead of you with this snow out here. Besides, we're in the middle of nowhere.
I'll manage. I have to.